My name is Daniel. I'm the executive director at Zeitgeist. We're a small manufacturing to retail company for fashion and apparel, primarily Western wear, European wear. We specialize in manufacturing a very large number of products. I heard about Odoo interestingly while talking to a friend during the pandemic because, during 2020, all businesses were focused on digitization. And as a small business, we'd actually been working on digitizing the company, but, you take baby steps in the journey. So I was speaking to a friend of mine who was in the industry, and I said I needed a flexible system, something that was cloud-based, something that covered, the entire business, since we do a lot of different things. During that conversation, my friend mentioned, okay, here's something that's coming out of Belgium, Odoo. And specifically, one of the problem points at the time was setting up a system that connects the front end to the back end. And I want to be able to replicate that across a few other businesses, so that's how it started. So we were using multiple solutions actually. We were using something else for our inventory and point of sale. We were using a second solution for our accounting and purchase, and we were actually using one more for our HR. They were all disjointed. We had different apps that were not talking to each other. So the challenges we were facing were obviously, there was a lot of reporting related deficiencies that we felt we didn't have enough sort of transparency into the business. We didn't have enough internal controls. We actually didn't have enough flexibility because we were growing and we didn't have the right sort of platform framework to grow on. We were using three different softwares for different areas of the business. Retail inventory was separate, HR was separate, accounting was separate. And obviously, it's very difficult for them to communicate data, through to each other, and they all have to be interconnected. So reporting was obviously very tedious. So we're using quite a few workflows where we started off with the inventory, purchase, accounting and sales app. We added manufacturing to it. We're also using e-commerce, we're using CRM, we're using project. The business is interconnected in many ways. We've actually tripled our revenue since we implemented Odoo since 2021. We've improved our margins by 15% simply because of the cost control. When you're using Odoo and you're capturing all the data that needs to go in, you have a very clear view of what the costs are, what the consumptions are, how can you save costs across different areas. So generally, the top line has grown simply because Odoo has allowed us to scale into many other businesses now. We have a set of rules in place, internal controls. That's the best thing about Odoo. It gives you a lot of internal control, checks and balances. So then you're able to just copy and multiply the same model across a new, let's say, business stream when you're looking at it. So I'd say we wouldn't have been able to grow without a good system like Odoo in place, specifically Odoo. And I think the decision making has become very fast now because a lot of the data that I need is now very easily available. I'm looking at it multiple times in a day. Before I'd have to wait 3 days to get a report. Now I'm just looking at it. So it allows us to save time, make decisions quicker in a more dynamic way. I think the customer satisfaction has been a very interesting sort of area. Odoo has a dedicated customer success team. I work with Heather, so they're the Dubai office. They've always been very actively engaged with us. Implementing a software has never been easy. So we've had ups and downs, and it's important that when you're struggling with the software, that's when the customer success team, Heather, they've been in touch with us actively and helped us to overcome the issues that we've been facing. So I think it's been a big part of the reason behind our success at the moment. My experience with Odoo in one word is definitely flexible.